Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho. ¡Mambo!
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Spanish for Medical Professionals. This is the level 1 module number 2. So let me just open here. Hi, Rebecca. Welcome here. So let me start talking a little bit few things until more people join us. I just posted in the Facebook page for the Spanish for Medical Professionals, a little bit of grammar. I put one grammar lesson about how to make plurals in Spanish, and of course, I use examples that we use for medical professionals. The other thing that I posted was the grammar regarding how to use the articles. The articles are going to be very important because in Spanish we have many articles. In English you have just the book, the car, the plane, the bed, but in Spanish we have so many of them. So I just wrote it for you, a couple of slides, and I posted in the Facebook page for your review. One of the other grammar lessons is the one about the use of de. Probably you noticed that we use de in Spanish a lot. And in English, you don't have that structure because you use the apostrophe and it's to show possession. Like, for example, when you said Julia's car, Carmita's bed, Johanna's notebook. So you put the apostrophe. So what happened is, in Spanish, we use de instead. So I put a lesson there so you can review multiple times, because right now we are going to start going a little bit faster. I think you have a nice structure. Take 4 classes just in yo soy, just in I am. And now we are going to start using other pronouns a little bit faster, and we are going to start using all the vocabulary that we learned before. Okay, so welcome Kelly, welcome Joanne and Rebecca. And I have here 17732, so I'm going to call you 17732 because I don't see the name. And I'm going to mute all your microphones. And let me start. Okay, are you ready? So Joanne, I can see your screen there. Can you give me thumbs up if you can see the slide? Okay, you can see that. Excellent. Okay, very good. So let me go with the plan, what we are going to be doing today. A little bit of disclaimer, regarding of the images and the pictures that I use. If you are joining today as a first time and you don't have my mail or the PDF for the class, you can write me, that's my email. But if you are already in the mail list, I am sending you the PDF. If you have not received the PDF with the slides for today, just write me there. Another thing that I want to ask you is if you are okay to continue with the Monday and Friday class. If some of you have an issue or you prefer another day, or you think it's too fast 2 times a week, you prefer once a week, or you have any ideas or suggestion, because I know a couple of people work Mondays and Fridays and they have told me, Dr. V, can we do Tuesday and Thursday? So write me your ideas. Let's see how we can do for the other group. Okay, so this is going to be your first slide here. This is what we are going to be doing for the next 2 or 3 weeks, probably. We learned already how to say and how to use I am, how to use yo soy. But that is just the first person in singular. In English, we said I am, but also we said you are, he is, she is, it is, we are in plural, you are in plural, and they are. So we just have not even touched that yet. The only thing that we learn is I am. But if you have the foundation of the I am, that we did it before, this is going to be really, really easy for you. As you can probably notice, you are not learning the Spanish conjugations like we learn in high school or the big list that they send us to memorize. We are using like a babies, right? We are learning like by listening and applying and listening and applying, and we are not memorizing words and words and words. So let me go to the next one here. So let me start with this one here. So the same way that you have in English, you have the verb to be. The verb to be in Spanish is called ser. But that is the diamond in the rock, has not been conjugated before. The verb is called ser, but ser has to change depending on how we are going to be using. For example, we learned already about I am, right? That means yo soy. And in this module number 2, we are going to be learning about all the other forms. So for you, we are going to use tú. For he, we are going to say él. For she, we are going to say ella. For it is going to be esto, if it's a masculine, or esta, if it's a feminine. For we are going to use the word nosotros. For plural, you are going to use ustedes. And for they, we are going to use ellos or ellas if we are talking about masculine or feminine. Some of you, probably you take classes in high school or in college, Spanish classes, and you said, what about vosotros? Vosotros is a way instead of ustedes, but that is a way just the people from Spain use it. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to teach you the Spanish that we are going to use more common in the clinic. And yes, people in Spain can use little conjugations a little bit different, pronouns different. No, I'm just going to tell you what the rest of the world in Spanish can talk, okay? So you are going to be more familiar with this. So let's repeat it. So we have the pronouns the same like in English. We have it in Spanish, like for I, it was yo. For you is tú. For he is él. For she is ella. Listen the pronunciation. For it is esto o esta. For we, nosotros. For you in plural, ustedes. And for they, ellos o ellas. Depends if it is male and female. Okay, so one of the things that you have in English is the verbs. People say that they are easier than in Spanish. I don't know that yet, but maybe you're right. In English, when you use I, you use am, right? You don't say you am, he am, she am. It's going to be changing. You said I am, but when you said you are changing. The same verb is changing to you are. So are is the same verb as am, right? It's the same verb, but it's in a different way, just because the person is changing here. And it's the same verb is. So you can see in English, the same verb, the verb to be, changes depending of the pronoun. The verb to be can be am, are, or is. In Spanish, is going to happen the same. For yo, the verb ser, which is the to be, is going to change yo soy. So you already know that very well. For tú, is going to be tú eres. When I am standing in front of you and I want to tell you something about you are, and I can say, tú eres. Tú eres. I am showing and I'm talking to you. Tú eres. But when you and me, we are standing there and we see a walking in the hallway of the hospital and we are talking and gossiping about him, we can say él es. And we both are gossiping about a lady that is walking in the corridor, we can say ella es, she is. But when you and me, we are standing in front like an object or a computer or a paper, in front of the thermometer, in front of the stethoscope, and we want to talk about that object, we said esto es or esta es. If you don't know when we are going to be using the masculine and the feminine way, go back to the Facebook grammar lesson about the articles, and there is an explanation about that. So let me repeat it so far. We learning yo soy, but when I'm talking about you, I'm going to say tú eres. When I'm talking about him, it's going to say él es. When I'm talking about a lady that is over there and we are gossiping, we said ella es, she is. When we are talking about an object that is close to us, esto es, esta es. Now, when I am in front of you, but we are not just you and me, we are like 3, 4 ladies, we finish our work, we are standing outside of the hospital, ready to go. We are talking about we. We are, nosotros, nosotros somos. Ustedes, when I am standing here in front of all my Spanish students, I'm going to say me to you. Ustedes son, you are. You are. Ustedes son inteligentes. Ustedes son trabajadoras. That's why you are coming to these classes. Ustedes son profesionales. You are professionals. Ustedes son enfermeras. You are nurses. Ustedes son asistentes médicos. You see, in this case, I am talking to a group. I mean, talking to you. You are. And when we are here, and I'm going to be talking about a lot of people, like I am with you, Joanne, or I am with you, Kelly, and I'm seeing like 4 or 5 people over there. I'm talking about a group, but it's not our group, it's other group that is standing in the other side of the corridor or the hallway or the room. I'm going to say ellos. Ellos son or ellas son. So it's the same concept that you have in English, but you just have to be familiar how to translate that to Spanish. So let me repeat it again for the listening part. Please listen the pronunciation here. You know, yo soy, tú eres, él es, ella es, esto es, esta es, nosotros somos, ustedes son, ellos son, or ellas son. So what I'm going to be doing right now, I'm going to ask you to unmute Joanne, please. And Mary Jo. Okay, so Joanne, you there?
Yes, I am.
Jo, you there? I think her dog is.
That's Joanne's doggies.
That's Joanne's doggies.
Yeah.
Okay, so who's here? Joanne is here?
Yes,
Okay,
I am.
and Mary Jo, no.
Yes, I am.
Okay, you are here. Okay, so I'm going to start with you checking the new slides here. So let me start with the you are. You see the finger? That person is talking to me and he's telling me you are, tú eres. Or I am pointing my fingers to any person and I say you are. I can say you are nice things, or I can say you are bad things or neutral things. So Joanne, give me a hand. Please try to read all the sentences here.
Tú eres joven, tú eres mujer, tú eres hombre, tú eres latina, tú eres latino, tú eres pelinegra, tú eres pelinegro, tú eres alegre, tú eres trabajadora, tú eres optimista, tú eres valiente, tú eres ecuatoriana, tú eres ecuatoriano, tú eres colombiana, tú eres colombiano, tú eres hua, tú eres, no, hia, tú eres
Hija,
hia,
hija.
hija, you're right, tú eres hija, tú eres hijo, tú eres hermana, tú eres hermano.
Very good. Joanne, do you think that you can translate the sentence? Can you translate from the top to bottom?
Most of them.
Go ahead.
You are young, you are a female, you are a woman, you are a man, you are Latino, you are Pelenegro, like black hair,
Black hair. Yes.
black hair. You are like a happy kind of active person.
Mhm.
You
A happy
are
person.
a happy person.
Mhm.
You are a hardworking person. You are optimistic. You are brave. You are from Ecuador. You're an Ecuadorian. You are Colombian. I'm not sure what hija is.
His daughter.
Daughter
You are a daughter.
and sister.
You are
A
a
daughter or
sister.
son and sister or brother.
Okay, very good. Please
Okay.
just check my laser here. So you can see sometimes I need to change, right? The A and the O depends on if it's a male or female. But others I don't have to change. Like tú eres alegre, I'm going to use for male and female. If you are saying this to a lady, you say tú eres alegre, you are a happy person. But when you're saying to a guy, you are going to say the same, tú eres alegre. Is not going to change the ending. But look at this one here. Tú eres trabajadora. That is just for female, right? For feminine is a feminine. But for a guy, you're going to say tú eres trabajador. You don't say trabajadoro. You say trabajador. Okay? Next one here. Tú eres optimista. That is going to be for both. You say to a lady, tú eres optimista. You are optimistic. If there's a guy, you say tú eres optimista. The same. The same you are going to send for male and female, tú eres valiente, right? If you don't remember this, you have to go to the first lesson when we learn all these things. But let's see, for example, you don't remember. You just said, okay, I think valiente is brave, but I don't know if I have to say valienta, valiento. And if you said, who cares? You are just learning now. With practice, you are going to be tuning up, okay? As long as you know that valiente is brave, and if you are not sure you said valienta or valiento, doesn't matter at this point. Later, you are going to be able to tune up these little things. Another thing that I want to pinpoint in this slide is this. You see in the blue here, alegre and trabajadora, the sounds. Let me pronounce this and listen the pronunciation here. In English, probably you said Gerardo or Gerard. In Spanish, it's Gerardo. Gerardo. And it's going to sound exactly like Javier and Jerusalem. And maybe tomorrow or Wednesday, I will be putting pronunciation short video for you regarding the use of this letter. But right now, just listen my pronunciation here. Gerardo, Javier, and Jerusalem. Okay, so Joanne, I'm going to thank you for your participation. I'm going to mute your microphone and I'm going to go with Mary Jo. Are you still there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so let's put in practice some sentences here about tú eres. Tú eres. Look this guy here. This guy is in love and she looks like a little bit even overwhelmed for all the things that he's going to say to her. Mary Jo, could you please help me reading the sentences there?
Tú eres hermosa. Tú eres divina. Tú eres bonita. Tú eres buena. Tú eres optimista. Tú eres mi amor.
Very good. Do you think that you can help us translating those?
You are woman?
Tú eres hermosa means you are so beautiful, like beyond pretty. Okay, go ahead.
You are divine.
Mhm.
I don't remember if bonita means sexy.
Bonita means also pretty. So
Pretty.
bonita is a pretty, regular pretty. Hermosa is like a goddess type of thing. Okay.
All right.
Next one.
Tú eres, let's see. I don't remember. I'm sorry.
Tú eres buena. Remember, buena, bien means good. You are a good person. So when you want to say a person that is a good person or did something really nice to you, you can say tú eres buena. That means you are acknowledging that person is nice. Okay.
Okay.
Next one here.
You are an optimist.
Mhm.
And you are my love.
You are my love. So this guy is definitely in love with this lady for all the things that is saying. And look, if she wants to talk back with the same things to him, if she's going to say the same, she will say, tú eres hermoso. That usually we don't use that for guys, right? But if she could say this at hermoso, we have to change the ending. Tú eres divino, changing in O. Tú eres bonito, ending in O, but we said guapo instead. Remember, that is the first class. Tú eres bueno, that means a nice person. Tú eres optimista. It's not going to change here. She's not going to tell him, tú eres optimisto, because optimista doesn't change, okay? And it's going to say, tú eres mi amor, you are my love. Okay, so it's a matter of time and practice to memorize which ones change and which ones don't. If you make a mistake, no worry. But right now, let's remember the meaning of this. Hermosa, it's so beautiful. Divina is divine. Bonita is pretty. Buena is nice person, a good person. Optimista, you know what it is. And mi amor is my love. Okay, so Mary Jo, thank you very much for your participation. I'm going to mute your microphone, and I think I have Joe here.
Yes.
Okay, so let me, Josephine, go to the next one. Now we have the other situation here. Look at this couple. Looks like they are fighting here. It's not like the previous couple here. Looks those fingers pointing. So give me a hand reading those sentences here.
Tú eres pesimista. Tú eres egoísta. Tú eres vago. Tú eres culpable. Tú eres malo.
I really feel bad about that guy. And right, give me a hand with the translation, and we are going to remember what's the meaning of that.
Okay. You are pessimistic. You are egoistic. Tú eres vago. I don't know what's vago. You are
Vago is like lazy. Is the person that
lazy.
doesn't like to lazy, doesn't like to do the things. And
Okay.
okay, that's why they are fighting probably.
Vago. You are culpable. Culpably.
Guilty.
Guilty, yes.
Guilty.
And you
Remember,
are bad.
We have a cartoon about that. And you are bad, right?
You are bad. Yes.
But let's give the guy the opportunity to fight back. If this guy is going to say the same to her, because she's saying so bad things, if he wants to say the same things, he's going to say, no, tú eres pesimista. Look, it's not changing, right? For male and female, she's telling to him, tú eres pesimista. And he's like, no, tú eres pesimista. It's the same sentence that they are using both. Next one here. She's saying, tú eres egoísta. And he's saying back, no, tú eres egoísta. It's not changing, right? For male and female, it's the same. Let's see the next one here. Tú eres vago. And he's saying back, tú eres vaga. Vaga. In this case, change and say, no, I'm not lazy. You are the lazy one. Tú eres vaga. Look at this lady here. She's saying, tú eres culpable. And the guy can say, no, tú eres culpable. The sentence did not change. Now she's saying, tú eres malo. And he's saying, no, tú eres mala. So in that case, that is going to change. So Josephine, I'm going to mute your microphone here. Thank you very much for your participation. Let me ask Rebecca, I think is trying to sign. Let me see, Kelly, I don't know, because I know you are working and I don't know if you are going to be joining us. Are you there, Kelly?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay, give me a hand, Kelly. Can you read please the next sentences here?
Tú eres hijo, tú eres padre, tú eres fuerte, tú también.
Give me a hand. Let's translate this. You see the big hand and this little hand. What's happening here, Kelly?
You are son.
You are son.
You are the father.
Mm-hmm. What's happening
you are
between these two guys?
You are strong.
Mm-hmm.
You are good.
So the one guy is telling you are strong, and the other is saying tú también. That means you too.
Too.
You also are strong, right? He's saying tú eres fuerte, tú también. So we have to learn that we have to memorize this tú también, because this is a nice, a polite way to respond when somebody tell you something nice. If somebody tell you tú eres bonita, right? And they're saying you are pretty. You said gracias, tú también. Thank you, you too, right? If somebody tell you tú eres buena, you are a nice person, what you have to say, gracias, tú también. Okay, thank you, Kelly. Let me see if I can mute your microphone. Excellent pronunciation so far. I have here 17732. I don't know who is. Can I unmute you? Are you there?
I think she's skipping.
Sorry?
Hello?
Yes, are you there?
Yes, this is Rebecca.
Okay, Rebecca, so you are the 177?
Maybe, I don't know. I called in on my phone because I'm at work.
Okay, Rebecca, welcome then. So we are telling everybody that we have to answer in a polite way also when the people tell us nice things. Like, for example, if somebody tell you, tú eres, listen, Rebecca, listen this, tú eres inteligente. Could you answer that, please, polite?
Yo soy inteligente.
But you can also say, muchas gracias, tú también. Right? You can say, thank you, you too. Let's try again. If somebody tell you, thank you, tú eres trabajadora.
Gracias, y tú también.
Gracias, tú también. If somebody tell you, tú eres bonita.
Gracias, y tú también.
Perfect, that is the way. So we have kind of to memorize this phrase here because it's a nice way to respond when a patient tell you, tú eres buena. Maybe you help a patient with something, maybe you help register very fast, help with the CT or MRI or something you did nice, and the patient is going to tell you, thank you very much. They're going to tell you, gracias, tú eres buena. And you said, muchas gracias, tú también. It's a nice way to kind of respond a nice thing. So let's start with the same here, Rebecca. We have learned how to do a positive and affirmative sentences here. Tú eres enfermera. You are a nurse. But we have to learn also how to say negative ones. Tú no eres enfermera. You are not a nurse. And we have to learn also how we're going to do a question. ¿Eres tú enfermera? Are you a nurse? So I want to pay attention this. For the positive way, for the affirmative way, we said, tú eres enfermera. For the negative one, you just put the no in between. between two, eres. You put in the middle, no, and then you have a negative form. And if you want to do a question, you just put the verb before to, and you have the question already. It's kind of the same like in English, right? In English, you said, are you? Here is eres tú. So it's kind of the same structure. That's why we are going to be practicing here. So Rebecca, give me a hand. Let's read this one here first. See the conversation between a patient and a nurse here.
Tú eres enfermera. ¿Eres tú enfermera?
And what she said?
Sí, yo soy enfermera.
Sí, yo soy enfermera. So I'm going to ask you a couple of questions here, Rebecca, okay? And you are going to answer just by, by memory. Tú eres alta. ¿Eres tú alta?
No. Yo soy, what is it? No, yo soy baja.
Baja o pequeña? Very good. So I'm going to ask you next question here. Rebecca, ¿eres tú terapista?
No, no, yo soy terapista.
Yo no soy terapista, right?
Yo no.
If you are not a therapist, you said, no, yo no soy terapista. Let me ask next question here. Rebecca, ¿eres tú rubia? Blonde? Rubia?
No, yo soy pelo negrita.
Pelinegra? Pelinegra. Very good. Excellent. Excellent pronunciation. Great participation. I'm going to mute you here. Okay. And let me go to the next one. So let's summarize this slide here. So we have affirmative sentences, negative sentences, and questions. For the affirmative one, I just use the same in English. You are, tú eres. For the negative one, I just put the no in the middle, and I just already have that. Tú no eres. In English, it's a little bit different. You said you are not. You don't say you not are. In Spanish, you said you not are. That's the way we said in Spanish. You not are. And for questions here, eres tú is like the same in English. You just put the verb and change it for the pronoun here. Let's do the next example here. So I'm going to unmute here Joanne again. Okay, asking to unmute your microphone. Are you there, Joanne?
Yes, I am.
Okay, Joanne. So we have here two ladies. This is the corporate birthday party, Christmas, holiday, whatever party. And there is two ladies that they work together. They have seen each other, but they don't really know who they are. They have seen each other. Give me a hand. Let's start reading here.
Okay. Tú eres independiente. Tú eres única. Tú eres trabajadora. Tú no eres perezosa. Tú no eres introvertida. ¿Eres tú terapista?
Okay, do you think that you can translate what's going on here?
You are independent. I don't know what unique. You are unique.
Very good.
You are hardworking. You are not, I don't know, that must be lazy or something.
Exactly. So there is kind of two ways to say in Spanish lazy. Remember the previous slide was vago, vaga. Another more polite way is perezoso or perezosa. Vago is really when you are really mad, right? Like the previous couple that we saw. But this is kind of like a little not so bad, okay? Perezosa, perezosa. It's also lazy. Go ahead.
Okay, you are not introverted. And are you a therapist?
Very good. So let's read in Spanish what she's answering here or what she's telling her.
Okay. Tú eres bonita. Tú eres extrovertida. Tú eres trabajadora. Tú no eres introvertida. Tú no eres pesimista. Tú no eres perezosa. ¿Eres tú enfermera?
Okay. Do you think that we can translate this one here?
Yeah, you are nice. You are extroverted. You are hardworking. You are not introverted. You are not pessimistic. You are not kind of lackadaisical, lazy. Are you a nurse?
Very good. So this is the conversation, right? So we have been using in this slide the three forms for tú eres. Tú eres in affirmative. Tú no eres, what you are not is the negative one. And eres tú is the way that we make questions. ¿Eres tú terapista? Sí, yo soy terapista. ¿Eres tú enfermera? Sí, yo soy enfermera. ¿Eres tú doctora? Sí, yo soy doctora. ¿Eres tú asistente médico? Sí, yo soy asistente médico. ¿Eres tú policía? Sí, yo soy policía. ¿Eres tú músico? Sí, yo soy músico. So thank you very much, Joanne. I'm going to mute your microphone here and probably I'm going to ask Mary Jo, are you there? Are you there, Mary Jo? You're there. Okay. So give me a hand with the next one here. This is a lady, a small girl that is finding that big bull over there. Let's see what the bull is telling her to her.
Tú eres,
Go ahead.
tú eres una niña. Tú no eres un niño. Tú eres valiente. Tú no eres cobarde. Tú eres pequeña. Tú no eres grande.
Okay, what do you think he's telling to the little girl? Let's translate.
You are little.
You're a girl.
Oh, you're a girl.
You're a girl. There you go. And?
No, no, you are not a girl.
You are not the boy. Remember, niña is a girl.
Okay.
Niño is a boy. That's why the ending is changing. Niña is a girl. Niño is a boy. So it's saying, you are not a boy. The first sentence, you are a girl. You are not a boy. Okay?
Yes.
There you go. Next one here.
You are valiant.
Brave. Mm-hmm.
And no, you are, I'm not sure what that is.
Coward.
Coward.
Uh-huh. You are not a coward.
You're not a coward.
Okay.
You are tiny or petite.
Very good. And the opposite?
No, you are large.
You are not big. You are petite.
You are not big. Okay.
You are not big. Very good. Let's see what the girl is answer here.
Tú eres un toro. Tú no eres un perro. Tú eres hermoso. Tú no eres feo. Tú eres grande. Tú no eres pequeño.
Excellent. So what she's saying to this wonderful animal here?
You are.
What do you mean is toro?
A bull?
Very good. Excellent. Good thinking. That is a lot of times in language is what we have to do. We read a paragraph and sometimes we have to guess, right? So very good. You're a bull. Perfect. And the next?
No, you are not a human.
Perro is a dog.
Oh, dog.
It's a dog.
Yes, dog. I guessed wrong.
Tú no eres un perro. You are not a dog. There you go. Next one.
Okay. I am no, I am not a male.
This
No.
one here, remember that we're using not anymore yo soy. She is telling to him, tú eres, you are beautiful, hermoso, beautiful. And you are not ugly. Remember, feo is the opposite of hermoso. Feo, hermoso are opposite. So hermoso is so beautiful. You are beautiful. You are not ugly. Next one there.
You are big.
You are big. Look his size. And
You are not tiny or small.
you are not tiny. So that is the conversation here. So now pay attention to this. When this big bull here, right? When he's talking to the girl, everything is saying like in A, you are a girl, tú eres una niña, tú eres pequeña. But there is going to be a couple of them, they don't change, like valiente, like brave, cobarde, like coward, and big, grande, those things doesn't change. So we reviewed that in the first lesson. Give a little bit review of that one. If you make mistake, doesn't matter. Later with practice, you are going to be able to put it perfectly. Okay, very good. So I'm going to mute your microphone here. And I'm going to ask Kelly. Kelly, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, perfect, Kelly. So next one here. Let's see the conversation here. Let's start talking about medical professionals here. So we have here probably a nurse or a doctor asking questions now to the patients. Go ahead, Kelly. Let's start reading this.
Eres tú diabética?
Diabética.
No, yo no soy diabética. ¿Eres tú hipertensia? No, yo no soy hipertensia. ¿Eres tú hipotiroidea? No, yo no soy hipotiroidea. Yo soy hipertiroidea y yo soy fumadora.
Very good. So what I'm going to do right now, Kelly, is ask you to repeat the questions, but I'm going to read the answers, but I'm going to answer in an affirmative way because you can see all of them are, no, I am not. No, I am not. Yo no soy. Remember, that's I am not. We saw that last class. I am not. But I want to do an affirmative way. So please, Kelly, ask the questions. You are examining me and I'm going to be answering you. Go ahead.
¿Eres tú diabética?
Sí, yo soy diabética.
¿Eres tú hipertensia?
Sí, yo soy hipertensa.
¿Eres tú hipotiroidea?
Sí, yo soy hipotiroidea. Yo soy fumadora. Okay, so it's a positive way to say it, affirmative way. Sí, yo soy diabética. So you are going to ask the patients when they are coming, you are going to ask the patients for medical history, right? And you are going to say, ¿eres tú diabética? Are you diabetic? Sí, yo soy diabética. ¿Eres tú hipertensa? Do you have a high blood pressure? Are you hypertensive? Sí, yo soy hipertensa. ¿Eres tú hipotiroidea? Sí, yo soy hipotiroidea. Yo soy fumadora. So the patient is also giving another tip to the doctor or the nurse practitioner here, right? So we can ask so many questions. This is just an example. For example, listen this and try to answer with sí and an affirmative way, Kelly. ¿Eres tú gotosa, like gout?
Sí, yo soy.
You just can say sí, yo soy. And say, yes, I am, right?
Oh, okay.
Very good. Let's try to read the next questions here. You are going to ask the questions and I'm going to be the patient answering here. Go ahead.
¿Eres tú bipolar?
Sí, yo soy bipolar.
¿Eres tú estrado?
Say it again.
Estresado?
Very good. Sí, yo soy estresado.
¿Eres tú introvertido?
Introvertido.
Tido.
No, yo no soy introvertido. Yo soy extrovertido. Do you think that you can translate, Kelly?
Are you bipolar? Yes, I am bipolar. Are you stressed?
Stressed out. Yes, it's those people that they are all the time stressed out, right? ¿Eres tú estresado?
Yes, I am stressed. Are you an introvert? No, I am not introverted. I am an extrovert.
Perfect. Very good. So Kelly, thank you for your participation. I'm just going to mute your microphone and I'm going to ask Josephine to help us. Are you there, Josephine?
Yes.
Okay, so what I'm going to do right now, and you please write me if this is too fast, right? But we are going to try to advance now that we have a foundation a little bit faster, but you let me know. We can always repeat the lesson. You can always check it in Facebook or you can always check it in YouTube. So we learn about the said you are not, and are you, right? The affirmative, the negative, and the question. Tú eres, tú no eres, o eres tú. Now we are going to learn about he is. He is. In Spanish, you said él es. Look, this guy here is pointing this other guy and saying él es. He is. So let me start with a couple of things here. Give me a hand. Do you think that you can read this for us?
Yes. Él es el doctor Samberts. Él es ginecólogo.
Very good.
Ginecólogo, yeah. Dr. Silvers. Go.
Okay.
And
So
prologo.
let me read it after you just for the pronunciation. Let's start with the first one here. Él es, he is, él es el doctor Samberts. Él es ginecólogo. And the next one here, ginecólogo. Very good. Next one here. Él es el doctor Silvers. Él es gastroenterólogo. When we are going to be using the he is, when we are standing with the patient and we are going to introduce maybe the doctor, maybe the technician, maybe other person that work with us and is a male. That's when we use he is, right? Hi, good morning. Él es el Dr. Samber. Él es ginecólogo. In this case, I am introducing a patient, her GYN. Él es el Dr. Sambers. He is Dr. Sambers. He is the GYN, right? Él es el Dr. Silvers. He is Dr. Silvers. He is the GI doctor. Él es gastroenterólogo. Remember what in the first class we said in Spanish, if you read every single letter, 99, you are going to get the pronunciation correctly. In Spanish, we don't skip letters, Okay, very good. So I hold in there. Let's read here. Go ahead.
LS, el doctor Romanov. LS, pediatra. Él es bueno y optimista. Él no es internista. Él no es cirujano.
Would you please translate, Josephine, for us this paragraph here?
He is Dr. Romanov. He is pediatrician. He is good and optimistic. He is not internist. He is not surgeon.
Very
A
good.
surgeon.
So, very good, excellent. So I want you to pay attention here. We have an affirmative sentence. Él es el doctor Romanov. Él es el doctor Patel. Él es el doctor Siribakian. Él es el doctor Dunlap, right? The doctors that work with us in our corporation. That's the way we introduce them. Él es pediatra. Él es ginecólogo. Él es internista. Él es cirujano. We learned that in the second or third class. Él es, we are talking about his qualities. Él es bueno y optimista. Él no es, in this last one, we are learning how to use a negative, what he's not. Él no es internista, he's not. Él no es cirujano, he's not, right? Very good. Next one there.
Él es Dr. Patel. Él es traumatólogo. Él
Very
es
good.
inteligente y trabajador. Él no es pediatra. Él no es urologo.
Very good. Could you please translate?
He is Dr. Patel. He is traumatic doctor.
Traumatólogo in Spanish is the same like orthopedist, ortho guys.
Oh, ortho.
Okay. Traumatology, traumatólogo.
Traumatólogo. Okay. He is intelligent and hardworking. He is not pediatrician. He is not a urologist.
Excellent. Thank you very much for your participation. You have a great pronunciation there. So let me mute your microphone here and let me see if I can open Rebecca's. Let me see. I'm going to ask you, Rebecca, please unmute your microphone and join us for the next slide here. So we are going to continue using LS, right? So let's summarize. LS means he is. El no es, you see how I put it in the middle, the no? El no es, remember in English you said he is not. In Spanish we said he not is. He not is. El no es. Okay? So Rebecca, give me a hand. Let's start reading here about this Dr. Escobar here.
Él es el doctor Escobar. El doctor es un ángel. El doctor es joven. El doctor es cirujano general. El doctor es alto. El doctor Escobar es purano. El doctor Escobar es optimista.
Okay, please translate.
He is Dr. Escobar. The doctor is an angel. The doctor is young. The doctor is a general surgeon. The doctor is tall. Dr. Escobar is Peruvian. Is that no? Yeah. And the doctor is optimistic.
Very good. If you have to describe to one patient is afraid or a little bit like, I don't know this doctor, please describe how is he. Oh, él es el doctor Escobar. El doctor Escobar es un ángel. Es an angel. El doctor es joven. El doctor es cirujano general, general surgeon. El doctor es alto. El doctor Escobar es peruano. El doctor Escobar es americano. El doctor Escobar es cubano. El doctor Escobar es ecuatoriano. El doctor Escobar es optimista. Excellent. Let's read the next one here. Let's talk about Max, this little one here.
Él es Max. Él es un perro. Max no es un gato. Él es un perro bueno. Él es un perro pequeño. Max es pitbull. Él es pitbull. Él no es labrador. Él es bebé. Él no es adulto.
Very good. Could you please translate?
He is Max. He is a dog, a little dog.
Mhm.
Max is not a cat.
It's not a cat.
He is a small dog. He is a good dog. He is a
A
good dog.
good dog. Mhm.
He is a small dog. Max is a pit bull. He is pit bull. He is not a Labrador. He is a baby, not an adult. He is not an adult.
An adult. Excellent pronunciation. Very, very good translation. So let me please mute your microphone. And I'm going to go and ask Joanne. Please join us for the next slide. Are you there, Joanne?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Any questions so far, Joanne?
I had one and now it slipped, but that's okay. We're
Okay.
good.
Think about that. Write me to my email, or
Yes.
you can watch again the video in Facebook or YouTube. Okay. Help me please with the next slide here. We are going to, using the same paragraph like before, we are going to be using right now questions. So let me read the paragraph and you are going to use these sentences to make questions. Él es el doctor Escobar. El doctor es un ángel. El doctor es joven. El doctor es cirujano general. El doctor es alto. El doctor Escobar es peruano. El doctor Escobar es optimista. So please go ahead. You are going to ask the questions and I'm going to be answering you based on this paragraph above.
Okay. Can I ask? I remember my question now. It looks like when you say ángel and joven or cirujano, that the G before an E or I sounds almost like the H, which is like the J, which is like, it sounds almost like an H.
Yes.
Does that make
and
sense?
that is-
Ángel and joven, cirujano, general, they sound the same to me.
Yes.
General,
So I'm going to be
Ajá.
maybe tomorrow or the day after tomorrow writing or doing Facebook Live with grammar, but you are completely correct. When I have this letter, can you see the small square
Yes.
there?
yes.
When you have this letter, right, and
Yeah.
you use with the A, sounds like strong, ga.
Yeah.
When you have this letter with the O, sounds strong, like go.
Go. Uh-huh.
When I have this with this one here, is a strong, like go.
Cool. Right.
When I have then, this is different. When I have this or this is
This is-
soft, like general, gerente, gigante. So I'm going to be doing a video about that, and I think that is going to clarify those ones.
Right. But it
Okay.
sounds like the J in joven and cirujano. I mean,
It's a
okay.
little bit stronger. We don't have that sound in the Spanish. That's why we are doing the video.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
Go ahead.
¿Es el doctor un ángel?
Sí, el doctor es un ángel.
Uh-huh. ¿Es el doctor joven?
Sí, el doctor es joven.
¿Es el doctor cirujano?
Sí, el doctor es cirujano.
¿Es el doctor alto?
Sí, el doctor es alto.
¿Es el doctor peruano?
Sí, el
Peruano.
doctor es peruano.
Uh-huh. ¿Es el doctor optimista?
Sí, el doctor es optimista. Let me do something here. I would like you to ask the questions again, and I'm going to answer in a negative form. Go ahead.
Okay. ¿Es el doctor un ángel?
No, el doctor no es un ángel. No es.
Ujú. ¿Es el doctor joven?
No, el doctor no es joven, es viejo.
¿Es el doctor cirujano?
No, el doctor no es cirujano, es pediatra.
¿Es el doctor alto?
No, el doctor no es alto, el doctor es pequeño o bajo.
¿Es el doctor peruano?
No, el doctor no es peruano, es colombiano.
Ujú. ¿Es el doctor optimista?
Sí, el doctor es optimista. Joan, I'm going to mute your microphone and please check the Facebook in the next couple of days. I think your question is going to be answered. I am preparing a video for that pronunciation, okay? So let me ask Mary Jo, I'm going to unmute your microphone here. And let's see with the next one here. So the next pronoun that we are going to be learning is she is. She is. In Spanish, you are going to say ella es. Ella es. So let's start checking right now how we are going to be using ella es. I'm just going to just give you this small slide here. So are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, give me a hand. Let's read this one here.
Ella es la doctora Browns. Ella es neumóloga. Neumóloga.
That's perfect.
Ella no es pediatra. Ella es inteligente y trabajadora.
Could you please translate?
She is Dr. Rounds. She is lung doctor.
The lung doctor, perfect. The lung doctor is a pneumologist, very good.
She is not a pediatrician.
Excellent.
She is smart, intelligent, and hard worker.
Very good. Let's read this one here.
Ella es la señora Sfmp. Ella es paciente de traumatología.
Perfect.
Ella es buena y educada. Ella no es paciente de urología.
Okay, could you please translate this one here?
She is Miss Samper. She is a patient of trauma.
Trauma, yes. Trauma, it's orthopedic and traumatology, right? It's kind of the same branch, but in Spanish, we don't use much orthopedista, we use more like traumatología. Okay, go ahead.
All right. She is, I don't know, I forgot. Buena is probably tip of my.
Nice. Buena is not nice person.
Nice and smart.
Educada means polite. It
Polite.
is we translate to polite. When we said she's nice and polite, if you want to say something, oh, she's nice and polite, that is the way that you say in Spanish. Ella es buena, nice, good person. Y educada, educada means is a polite person.
Okay. She is not a patient of urology.
That is perfect. So let me just open my video here. Very good. And I'm going to stop sharing here. I thank you all the participation. We are going a little bit fast. You please write me if that is too fast for you. We can go slow or we can put more examples. Or if you want to repeat, we can repeat it. I will advise you to review this lesson again before the next class, okay? So try to watch it in YouTube, watch it in Facebook. You are going to hear yourself how you are pronouncing, how I am correcting you. I am glad that you can make those mistakes because that tell me what I need to be fixing, where I'm going to be putting more attention, what I have to do for you. And because this is the same pattern, the affirmative, negative, and questions, affirmative, negative, and questions, I want you kind of review this again, try to do it. And we are going to probably the next 2 lessons going a little bit faster. Okay, if you have any question, Joanne, I'm going to pay attention to your questions there, and I'm going to put that in maybe tomorrow or the day after tomorrow in the grammar lesson. In Facebook, there is 3 grammar lessons about the use of articles, how to make plurals in Spanish, and how you are going to use de. If you want to remember a little bit of vocabulary, please check the lesson number 1 because I'm going to be using the same adjectives and adverbs. I'm going to be keep using and using and using. Okay, so you did great, and I have to leave you now. Okay, bye Mary Jo, bye Joanne, bye Rebecca, bye Kelly, Josephine. See you everyone.